Bushia Sado, just and there a wax sports stadium. Chem say military recruitment Koswa, Enyasem Ketwa, see youth Nakako Gada or what say, Omunya briefing space crowd, the way we are not so bono, Enyasem Ketwa. Chem say, see Bimu Cran Kofi, Nasa de China, Omumbra Muse Debbie. Now you see unexpected applicant Bimo, with the force, a here to destin say they were running into each other. And Bimu Titi and Bimu so, oh, Ebusia, Enyasem Ketwa, Omu breaking security protocol no kra nti yesi amount for bako 6 FM we
go back and see you.
Earlier there was literally no breathing space. They were packed. That's the best word to use here. Except that a while ago the military or the servicemen available had to come in to control or to disperse them of a sort. So if humans are packed at one place for a very long time, they are not even having access to breathe fresh air and what have you. Definitely we know what this its implications could be. So the numbers that I've thrown here at the Awak Sports Stadium is really not healthy, if you ask me, because it is very scorchy here. So being exposed to the sun, standing for very long hours and what have you, and being packed in this manner, it's not something that one is supposed to go through. But like one of them who I spoke to mentioned, they say that they are still waiting around with bated breath, hoping that they would have their turn. They mentioned the fact that some have been allowed into the inner perimeter of the Awak Sports Stadium where registration is ongoing, and so they are only hopeful that, like their colleagues who have been allowed access to go through the process, they would also go through that process. So even though we are concerned as journalists and even the nation at large, what this, the threats of the current situation is particularly to them, they in a way are still, pushing and pressing on, that they still want to go through the process, even though some have been asked to go and come back tomorrow. I don't know what it is, but they have taken that with a pinch of salt. They say they still want to hang around and go back. But
I mean, say esin bimusu emergency or more receiving treatment. The Ghana Armed Forces, the press release about Bontin or Mochemu said, the Ghana Armed Forces deeply regret to inform the general public of a tragic stampede prior to the commence of the 2025-2026 recruitment exercise today, Wednesday, 12 November 2025 at the Awak Sports Stadium. Preliminary investigations indicate that the stampede was triggered by an unexpected surge of applicants who breached security protocols and rushed into the gate ahead of the scheduled screening at about 0620 hours. The unfortunate incident led to the death of 6 potential recruits and many other injured. The injured are currently receiving emergency medical care at the 37 Military Hospital. Ghana Armed Forces assures the general public that medical teams are working tirelessly to stabilize affected individuals. Meanwhile, arrangements are being made to notify the families of the deceased. The Ghana Armed Forces extend its deepest condolence to the families of the deceased and wishes a swift recovery to those injured. Further updates will be commenced. And as I'm talking to you now, Oma suspended recruitment in Ekosono. Omu Chemu say, the Ghana Armed Forces deeply regret to inform the general public that due to the fatal incident that occurred at the Awak Sports Stadium this morning, Wednesday, 12 November 2025. As part of the 2025-2026 recruitment exercise, the exercise in Greater Accra has been temporarily suspended. This is to allow for additional measures to ensure a seamless exercise. A board of inquiry has been constituted to unravel the circumstances that led to the unfortunate incident. The process in the other 15 regions will be, however, continue as scheduled. The armed forces deeply regret any inconvenience this suspension may have caused the general public, particularly affected the applicant. Applicants will be informed of the date of resumptions of the process later. To me, the anchor, Samusima suspended Accra Diana, and I must suspend baby. Nipa they will know. Like, I don't get it. Nipa they will know. And I must say, life goes on. But at least, once Samusima suspended Accra Diana, I was saying to me and holding on to other regions and also. Well, anyway, yes, we are doing a year channel. And I hear Mama Echo PM 37 military hospital. So I can near Omoya injured. No,
hospital receiving briefing from the high command of the military, particularly those within their medical, architecture. So we'll definitely bring you the very latest as to whatever will ensue here. The news, however, is that some 12 persons have been confirmed dead while, waiting to go through the process. Okay, so the president is coming out now. President John Dramani Mahama is coming out and he's in the company of the military high command. I also see the deputy.
Calm down. Hold on. Calm down.
In a short, President John Dramani Mahama, who is here at the 37 military hospital, he received briefing earlier from the military high command on what really may have ensued as regards the unfortunate incidents surrounding the military recruitment. We received
General Evelyn Vivian Abraham Kwabia. I need to just get something straight. There's an erroneous information going out. The casualties we have that came through were 28 in number. Those who are dead are 6 and not 12. Those who are critical and in ICU are 5. We have 12 who are fairly critical. The rest are stable. Thank you.
Hello.
Now, if you youth are choking or Ewa Sports Stadium, then that should tell you say Ghana youth to like do don't lazy sir. I'm telling you the gospel fact. It is high time say in penny for no. Or mun be juma more. Any individuals be more crazy or Ghana ha. Mun tremo shemo. Na youth ni nye juma nye. You more companies than no maybe I'm be more what I say. You know what I mean? Yeah. You more companies. More companies. It's a first time, but when you subscribe to the channel, I click the bell notification icon. So.